Hi, it's your favorite family woodworker here. Actually, that's kind of lame. So leave a comment below and say what I should be calling myself. I guess I could take any suggestions. But anyway, today I'm going to be working on designing the drawers in my project. And for the drawers, I chose this soft close system. I actually bought 3 pairs of these, no, 6 pairs of these, yeah, 6 pairs of these, and they are very expensive. They are basically half the price of my entire project here. So I want to show everyone how these drawers work. So this outer rail that goes on the inside of the cabinet area, and this sliding rail goes along the drawers. So when you close the drawers, it slides in, comes, and it hits this red latch right there. There's a little pin in here that hits this latch and pushes it back, and this whole thing slides slowly in. So I guess here's what it looks like. You see how there's a spring in here that slowly pulls it back when this red latch is disengaged from this internal track here. So let me show you again. And yeah, that's pretty much how the soft close system works. These are pretty expensive because of this system, and also because this thing is 24 inches. And that is the longest I can find online that had the soft close system. So what I wanted to do was see how this thing opened to kind of plan out the rest of the drawer system. And there are actually 3 types of sliders, or drawer slide systems, and this thing is a full extension system. As you can see, the back edge of this to this edge, the front edge, is basically the full 24 inches, a little bit less, but it goes all the way to the edge of the outside rail here. There are systems that go beyond the outer edge, and that's, I think, called the overextension. And then there are mostly other types of systems that go about that far out and stop, and it's about 3/4 of the way out, and that's more of a cheaper system. So I'm pretty happy with the one I got, and I am able to use the full 24 inches. Now what I'm planning on doing is building 29-inch drawers, minus basically 1 inch on either side because of the thickness of the wood. So basically it's going to come out to here, and it's going to be a long drawer. The other thing I have to keep an eye out for is these slides are only good for up to 50 pounds. So not sure how heavy the documents we'll be putting inside these drawers would be, but I guess we'll see. The other thing I had to do was plan out how to divide and cut the board I have here. So that board over there is about 66 inches long and about 24 inches wide. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make these cuts along here. So I'll have long 9-inch strip cuts, and I'll cut down here using my crosscut sled. And that's what I have over here right now that's upside down. And the reason why I am deciding to cut in this way is because my crosscut sled only measures about 20 inches wide from here to here. So I can only do 20-inch wide boards. And one of the benefits of a crosscut sled over, say, a jigsaw, and let me see if I can position around here. So on the bottom of the crosscut sled, there are these oak runners. Some people make them out of metal. And those runners fit inside these slots on my table saw. And if I flip my board around, with the board flipped around, you can see that there's a line going down the center there. And I can pop the blade up here. Basically, this line that is created by the blade is perpendicular to this fence right here. And whenever I put a board up against the fence, I know that the cuts are going to be perfectly 90 degrees to here. And many people build these cross-cut sleds to take the guesswork out of cutting 90-degree cross-grain cuts along boards. So I'll be throwing my boards onto here and making those 90-degree cuts, and they'll be straight every time, as opposed to using my jigsaw over there. Well, here's my full get-up. Got your eye, got your ear, and your respiratory protection.
Come on, let me see your hands in the air. Come on, let me see your hands in the air. Let me see your hands in the air. It's about to go off just like a nuclear. Come on, let me see your hands in the air. When you hear this, when you come back on the chair, make your free tongue on like you don't care. Let me see your hands in the air. Come on.
So after making my first few cuts, I realized that I had to have my roller here to prevent the remaining wood from falling off the edge after I made the cut. And also I put a stop block, which is basically a block of wood clamped down, and that would make me cut consistently the same length over and over again. Basically I just slide the board up against here, and it allows me to avoid measuring every piece before I cut it. So that made everything very consistent and uniform. And those are the drawer pieces right there. And as you can see, the cross-cut sled made my pieces pretty uniform there. Boom. Oh yeah. I love uniformity. Gotta love all the pieces are exactly the same. And I don't have to make up for any of it later on. So that takes a lot of work off of my shoulders. Alright, that's it for this week. Tune in for next weekend.